You've probably heard of Rich Dad Poor Dad, the book that taught millions how to think differently about money. But what if I told you a New York billionaire sees things just a little differently? In this video, we're diving into the mindset of the ultra wealthy, those who don't just read about assets, they own skyscrapers. We'll explore where Rich Dad Poor Dad hits the mark and where billionaires take it to another level. Let's get started. Chapter 1: What Rich Dad Taught Us. Let's start with the basics. Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad believed in 3 key ideas. Don't work for money, make money work for you. The poor buy liabilities thinking they're assets. The rich focus on owning systems, not jobs. For example, a poor dad says, go to school, get a safe job, climb the ladder. A rich dad says, learn how money works, own the ladder. Chapter 2: The Billionaire. But here's where the billionaire steps in. And let me tell you, he's playing chess while most people are playing checkers. We interviewed real estate moguls, hedge fund veterans, and startup titans in New York. And here's what they say. Rich Dad is a great start, but billionaires don't just buy assets. They engineer them. They don't just invest. They use leverage, networks, and legal tax strategies. They don't fear debt. They manage and weaponize it. Billionaires don't just buy apartment buildings. They use investor money, tax credits, and LLC structures to build empires, often without ever putting their own cash in. Chapter 3: Asset Game, Billionaire Edition. In Rich Dad Poor Dad, an asset is anything that puts money in your pocket. Billionaires agree, but they define it with one extra rule. If I can't scale it or leverage it, it's not a true asset. Let's break this down. You might buy one rental house. Good start. A billionaire? They'll build a 300-unit building, raise $10 million in investor funds, and refinance after 3 years tax-free. And instead of owning stocks, they own the companies that issue the stocks. They sit on boards, steer policy, and get stock options, not just shares. Chapter 4: Taxes. Rich Dad versus Billionaire. Rich Dad teaches the rich don't pay taxes legally. Billionaires say, we control the rules of the game. Here's how they do it. They borrow against assets instead of selling, no capital gains tax. They use bonus depreciation to erase real estate income. They live off loans, not salaries. No income, no income tax. Example, Elon Musk doesn't sell Tesla stock. He borrows against it. No tax due. That $0 tax bill? Totally legal and very strategic. Chapter 5: Mindset Shift, Playing Billionaire Offense. Here's what truly separates billionaires. Mindset. While most of us ask, can I afford this? They ask, how do I own this? They think in decades, not paychecks. They study tax law, real estate cycles, venture capital, like it's Netflix. They value ownership over labor, even if it means earning less now. When Rich Dad said, buy assets, billionaires added, and build teams to run them. Their goal? Freedom, control, and scalability. Chapter 6: What you can do today. Okay, you're not a billionaire, but here's the truth. You don't need to be. You can start using their strategies right now. Here's how. LLC, your side hustle. Turn your passion into a business and get tax write-offs. House hack. Buy a duplex, live in one side, rent the other. Start learning the tax code. It's not just for accountants. It's your playbook. Build credit and borrow smart. Use debt like billionaires for income-producing assets. Network with intent. Wealth is rarely solo. Join investor groups, meet lenders, learn legal tricks. Start where you are. Just don't stay there. Outro. Rich Dad, Poor Dad opened the door. Billionaires built the skyscraper. If you're watching this in a small apartment, living paycheck to paycheck, just know every billionaire started where you are now. The difference? They learned the game and started playing offense. You don't need to be a genius. You just need to take the first step and keep moving forward. Thanks for watching. If this inspired you, hit like and subscribe. And remember, don't just read about money, move like a billionaire.